Right, I'm back. We've just done a PS4 stream. This is my S8. I've been meaning to try out this new... Where is it? Loca based tempered glass. I did get this about 5 months ago, and since then I've actually broke the screen on my S8 Plus, so not great, but we're going to do it anyway. I've thought, as soon as I seen these curved phones come out, it occurred to me that why don't they use Loca to fix these screens on? Is there a reason they don't use Loca for fitting these screens? Is the glue too much? Is it because they're worried it's going to get in through the ear speakers? And we just didn't see anything for about probably 2 or 3 years. And I always had the feeling, we've done screen replacements here using Loca. I mean, we've tried to do it. We weren't very good, so we just stopped. It was definitely a skill. But we had all the stuff here to do, and I was going to do a test myself. I even bought the glass here, and I thought, could you just stick an extra layer of glass over the existing glass using Loca? Now, obviously, that comes with its own drawbacks, as in there's no way of stopping the Loca from covering all of these sensors. I don't know if you can see them here, but there's actually... Can I get that up? There, so you can see them going from your left would be 1, 2, 3, 4, the ear speaker 5 and 6. So that would be facial recognition, ambient light sensor, proximity sensor, I'm guessing iris scanner, front camera, ear speaker. All things that I think if you cover with Loca will stop working. So I just never got around to actually trying it out. It always intrigues me because all of the tempered glass I've bought, with the exception of a few, that's curved like this. You can see the curve on the side of it. So it fits the phone perfectly. It's just taped. Where is it? It's just taped around the outside. And it's really frustrating, because as soon as you get a little bit of sort of dirt or debris or pocket fluff or anything down the sides, this thing starts peeling up, and then you start getting it trapped behind the screen. And it's just super frustrating. I mean, I paid, I think, about £25 for a Spigen tempered glass, which, to be fair to Spigen, it actually stayed on my phone, but it still had this like pocket of air that when you were pressing the phone, it's not as responsive as having the, I don't know what other glue they use on the normal tempered glass you get, but the glue, the full glue tempered glasses. And I just thought to myself, why aren't they just doing the full glue across here and then leaving the edges if the edges are a problem? Why have they chosen to do the outside? I just never understood, especially if it's just a case of spraying this onto the back. I mean, I don't know. I don't make tempered glass. It occurs to me that maybe the people who do make tempered glasses have tried this and it doesn't work for whatever reason. So that did worry me a bit. That's why I didn't just go ahead and pour Loca onto my S8 Plus, because I was a bit of a chicken, to be honest. So then I started seeing these pop up on the Chinese market, and you use a UV light to cure it, exactly the same as Loca, and you pour this liquid on exactly the same as Loca, so it must be Loca. I'm guessing it's Loca. It doesn't say it's Loca. But, you know, anyway, these are pretty expensive. These are about, I think, $20. Maybe more, maybe even $30, I don't know. I can't remember now. It's a good 6-7 months ago. But they've sat on my shelf ever since, and I just haven't had time to do this. And I was a bit apprehensive because all of the videos I've seen are really sketchy. I mean, there's probably loads of videos now of people like me doing this sort of thing. But at the time, there was just a few Chinese people, and they went perfect. And from using Loca, I know that it rarely goes perfect, and that stuff when it sets can be a nightmare. So without further ado, in this pack, well, it made a big thing anyway. Let's talk about a bit more about this. It made a big deal about full touch, full clear, classic Chinese translations, and full cover. It's not full cover. There is a gap around the outside, like the Spigen ones. It doesn't go all the way to the edges, which is slightly annoying because part of me thinks that they could easily have gone all the way to the edges. And obviously, you can see here. Where's the photo? You can see here that they've cut out all of these sensors, unlike the actual glass here. So. Now the problem with this is because this one here, I mean, if I try and use this one's exactly the same as the other one, so I don't think it's going to fit. It might do, it might stack perfectly. The second reason I'm not going to be using it on this one is because of the sensors. Now I did come up with an idea. I thought you get the glue strips here. And I thought, what if I cut the glue? What if I cut the glue to go along here and see if that stops the Loca from travelling any further? Because theoretically, the Loca should be strong enough just to do. You don't actually have to do the coloured band around the outside. It only actually has to. Well, it doesn't even have to be fully covered. It'll just look weird if it's not fully covered. But you only actually have to do that. The only issue I've got is the thickness of this tape for the amount of Loca it would need to fill this reservoir, and would it pour over the edges? And there's all sorts of questions that I had that I didn't particularly want to do live without testing, and I haven't got an abundance of S8 pluses to do the testing myself. So I thought we'll start off with baby steps, because I'm a bit apprehensive, to be honest, about putting this on. One of the things I did notice is it has to be perfectly level, and it has to go on in one pull. Well, the video I watched of the guy, he pulls it in the middle. In fact, there was two of these. There was two versions of this. Both of them come with a clamp to put the phone in. Where have we got? So both of them come with a clamp that you clamp over the phone, which I'll show you in a minute, and then, you know, their version of the tempered glass, once you've cleaned it, will sit perfectly in there, and it should drop on. The other one that I've seen had a little cradle. Where is it? It had a little cradle that pours the glue perfectly, and it also actually only had one of these reservoirs. Now, what if you haven't got enough? Or what if it pours out one side? You're only going to have half. It's going to be a mess. I didn't bother getting the UV light because we have got the UV light that we used to use for this. Looking at this, I think we've only been given one. No, there's two reservoirs here, so obviously that has been an issue. Now, how much of this do you put on now they've given you two reservoirs? Is it a lot? Is it the same? Do I pour straight down the middle? I don't know. We're going to find out either way. So I haven't done a refresher on this course. I haven't done a refresh of watching these videos. I'm just going to clean this up, and it's got a couple of tempered glasses on it already. Sophie, one of the other technicians, put another tempered glass on top of my phone without me even realising. So. Okay. So, what we're going to do is take off this tempered glass that Sophie put on. Okay. So this is what I mean. This is the one that Sophie put on for me, and it's got no glue across this bit here. I mean, there's nothing there. It's all on the edges here. You can see the you can see the sticky edge going all the way along here. So we're going to take that one off. And then this is the one I put on. This is by Spigen, and this is actually... Who's that? Yeah, I can take it. No. That was yesterday. He's a day late. But I appreciate it either way. Okay, back to this. So you can see the Spigen one that I've put on here is actually... Let's see if I can polish this up a bit better. So the Spigen one is more... So this one here has got all of the sensors cut out. The tape, the Spigen one, actually just cuts the ear speaker out. So you can see the gap there, but they've actually left all of the other sensors in there, which is good. You can see the gap going down the side here is, I mean, it's... I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually show... Can I? I mean, let's have a look under the microscope. Yeah. Okay, switch over to microscope. So you can just see the gap that's in between. So where are we? So yeah, this is the gap here. I mean, that is really small bit of glass between the housing and the actual glass on top. And if you notice, something went through my case and just chipped in between this, and it's cracked my screen. So let's bring that back. I'm going to take this off. This is the first time that I've actually seen the damage to my screen after this. Okay. I mean, that Spigen, that I had to use quite a bit of force to get that off there. That's... I mean, I paid, I think 20 or 25 for that glass. I mean, in hindsight, that's actually really... It's definitely by far the strongest glue there. All the other ones that I've used have fallen off. So yeah. I mean, there's no going back now with that. Okay. So yeah, hindsight. But yeah, we can see here the crack right across my glass. Oh. Sorry, my bad. Alright, Dave, how's it going? So yeah, I don't know if you can see that? You can see the crack going across here, and you can see it right, and there's another smaller one going to the bottom, so we're going to clean this up and we're going to see if you can see that after. I'll be careful that I don't push down on this too hard and make this even worse. Could be stirring the turd. Used to work with an old man. Whenever anything used to mess up and you try and fix it, he used to go, "Stop stirring that turd, son." Which is a pretty bizarre saying. Thought he was... So yeah, we're just going to clear this glue residue off here. It's really strong glue that they've used on this Spigen stuff. I mean, I'm using pure isopropanol here and it's still refusing to come off. We're going to see how good, see if it, I mean, in my head, it should fill in that. It should fill in that those cracks going across the phone. But yeah, I wanted to show this from kind of start to finish. Okay, it's Sod's Law, we don't see anybody all day, and I do 2 live streams and there's nothing but customers. So, poor Alex. So yeah, I'm just going to tidy this up. Get another one of these. It's an S8 Plus, it's my S8 Plus. So I'm going to test out this new Loca based tempered glass, but essentially what I'm going to do is pour a load of liquid on this phone, put the glass down on it, and then we're going to use a UV light to cure it. It's how they actually, this glass here, it's how this glass here actually bonds to the LCD underneath. It's how they actually make these now. They've been doing it for a while. Samsung have been doing it the longest, but Apple have just started joining suit since probably the iPhone 4. They've been doing glass and LCDs stuck together. You know, there's hardly any phones on the market anymore that actually have separate digitizers. They seem to all be one unit. So we need to get this nice and clean. Okay, that's quite a big scratch in that there, so that must have been there originally, because I've had the tempered glass on since I've bought this. But yeah, like everybody else, when you buy these expensive phones, I mean, I went out of my way to, you know, protect this as much as I could. I think this is an OtterBox case. I think I paid nearly 50 quid for it. It's like heartbreaking paying that for a case. Alex is looking at me like, yeah, it is. But, you know, these things are like nearly £1,000 new. You know, it's stupid not to put them in a case. So I think this is getting to the stage where I built this table recently, and I'd like to think that it's level, but we'll soon find out how much I trust my own DIY. Well, there's one thing I will say about my DIY is it's overkill, so you could probably build with it.
Yeah, I mean, I do really like it. It's a nice space.
I tend to over-engineer everything. Okay, that's semi-clean. Okay, so, I mean, is there an up and down to this? Does it say up and down? Does it matter? Does it only fit in one way? What's the score? Should read the instructions, shouldn't I? Okay, I'm going to guess that these bits cut out at the top here. The only difference I can see is these. Can we see them there? See those? These bits here. I'm going to take an educated guess and say they're for the power and Bixby and volume buttons. So, okay, so that clips on like that. Let's get this back like that, and then let's have a look at how this goes on. And then that, I mean, there's a lot of movement there. That's not, I mean, on the video it looks like this thing clamps the glass in place. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not going anywhere, but for me, I've got an issue with like straight lines. Anybody that knows me will tell you that I've got an obsession with stuff being symmetrical. What's that? Hard case, 10 quid. Yeah, but it's not protecting your phone, Dave. You drop it and it's going to smash. That thing there has survived quite a few drops. It's the same as everything. You get what you pay for. You can buy armoured cases where, you know, like you screw it together, but I don't, you know, that's overkill for me. Otterbox is probably, you know, the top thickness that I'm willing to put on my phone. And definitely a lot of people, I think, are going to be that way. So, I don't know if we can you see the movement on that? I mean, that's insane. So, definitely not what I thought from the video of putting this on. I mean, have I put this on correct? And this is the glass that actually came with it. So let's see if it's possible to put the glass I bought on. So I'm not going to be able to use this case if I want to test that glass theory. But now I've got that off, is it possible to put an actual carbon copy of the glass over the top? I mean, looking at that, I would say yes. I mean, that is pretty good. Can we see? I mean, that's... So, I mean, I would like to try to put some of the original glass. Because what better than to put actual original Samsung glass onto the original Samsung? Double thickness. I mean, it doesn't affect the touch at all. It should, if anything, it should be exactly the same. I mean, you shouldn't really notice it. I don't know what's going on with my newsfeed here. Hold on, it's not even coming up on chat. What's going on with chat? Should be coming up on the screen. Okay. AD's joined. You joined just in time to watch me massacre my phone. So, AD's a Samsung fanboy. He's at the front of the queues. Every time they do a release, he camps out. 3 days before was the last one, I think. No, but he's got one of the S8, so anybody who's owned one of these knows that you don't want to drop it. It's glass front and back. So, yeah. Alex has got, what have you got, Note 9? S9. Alex has got a crack in his. Alex isn't a happy bunny. Do you want to show them your crack, Alex?
It's only a little one, but...
There you go, look. Live on the internet. Alex is pointing at the screen. There you go, that's Alex's crack.
That's going to get worse if I don't use the case.
Yeah, it will get worse if you don't use the case. Okay, I need to make this dust free as much as possible. I think I'm going to need to clean this. I mean, this glass here, I mean, it doesn't even feel like glass that I'm putting on it. I mean, that feels like plastic to me. I'll give it a rest, Facebook. So, yeah, that's not a great start. I mean, I did cheap out. I didn't buy the most expensive one, but, you know, 20 quid from China for what's tempered glass. It seemed, you know, a bit too much, and they go all the way up to 40 odd. You know, if we wanted to offer this as a repair service here, or, you know, just as a service for protecting your phone, is anybody actually going to pay 50 quid to have this put on their phone? I mean, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, a tempered glass that actually works and, you know, is unnoticeable from the original glass that's on there would be a win in my book, but I don't know if it's 50 quid's worth of a win. Tell you what really annoys me though is that air pocket you get under these ones that glue around the outside. It drives me up the wall. Okay, moment of truth. Now essentially, I'll just pour this on. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit apprehensive. The dude in the video just poured it in the middle of the screen, so let's see how that goes. I'm inclined to go I mean, I've had 2. Do I put the other one on? Did I read the instructions? No. Am I going to put the other one on? A little bit. Okay, I'm gonna call that. I'm gonna say I know what I'm talking about. Well, this is intense. Okay, that's on the side. Let's just pop that on. Okay, I'm going to let that... Of course I've got gigantic air bubbles in there. Of course that's a thing. Okay, that's pretty cool though. I mean, it looks like it's going to start oozing out onto my speaker grill. Not great. It hasn't actually popped out the side yet. Okay. It's slowly working its way to the corners. Okay, maybe... Right, always had that big ass crack. That's right. Right, so besides the gigantic, hideous, horrible air bubbles in the middle, which I'm not too sure about how to get rid of other than using a vacuum chamber. Okay, let's try and work these out. Okay, I'm going to use the old credit card trick. Alex, give me your credit cards. It's alright, mate. I've got one. I've got one. I'm prepared. I'm a real boy. Okay, we're just going to tease these towards the end of the phone. Where are you going? Son, come here. Okay, that's a few of them. This dude's running along my crack. Come here, Phil. Okay. I mean, that's pretty satisfying to watch. I'll tell you what's not satisfying is that gloop heading towards my ear speaker, which would be catastrophic. Don't go in there. Come on, son. Work with me here. Don't make me look like a fool. Okay. Okay, that is really bizarre. I don't know if any of you seen the way that kind of just sucked into these cotton buds there. Okay, I'm going to call that it. I'm not going to try and push those 2 air bubbles that I can see in the middle out. But who's stolen my UV goggles? Do you want to pass me those, please, Alex? Right, now we're going to cure these. Nice one. Right, always wear the UV goggles, because, you know, UV and all that. Right, let's have a look at the top of this phone that's still oozing out. And then I'm going to cure it. Okay, that's pretty... Maybe it's not Loca. I'm pretty sure the Loca I used was like thick. So maybe not best to try this with actual Loca. I don't know. I'll do some tests. I've actually got quite a big tube of that crap, so it hasn't crossed my mind how to actually get this get this off once I put it on. So I haven't worked that bit out yet. I have got glue remover, but let me sort this out a sec. Oh, come on. Right, yeah, I have actually got glue remover that strips Loca. The issue is, like I said before, the actual screen's held down with Loca, so I'm a bit reluctant to pour that stuff onto the screen because it will probably delaminate the original screen as well, which if anybody's got a screen repair on a Samsung for a genuine part, will know pretty much that it's ludicrously expensive. Like, sell your kids expensive. Okay, I'll set this up. You can buy the UV light with these, but I thought, you know, I've got my own UV light. Why do I need that? Okay, I'm going to put that at an angle. That is just... Okay, I'm going to do a bit of Googling. Does it come with instructions on how long to leave the Loca? How long to leave the... What? You just go...
Those pliers.
What, the orange pliers?
The orange pliers with one...
There you go. Cheers to you. Cheers to you.
Too soon again. I'm really done.
Alright. Let's have a look to see how long Loca cures. Loca...
Now quickly, to be honest, I was starting to love the bus, so sorry about that.
Okay, that's Hodgkin's lymphoma. That's not... Okay, there's no instructions. Okay. Ah. It says 15 to 30 seconds. $15 to 30 seconds, really? Okay. I was just about to get my phone out to do a timer there, but that's obviously not happening. I mean, do I trust an eBay ad for my Loca cure rates? I mean, one thing's for sure, I'm definitely going to have those two tiny little air bubbles on the screen, but I can live with those. They weren't exactly massive. The thing I am interested in is whether this is going to be a, you know, good repair. It seemed like it didn't want to track too far up, and I do actually want to see if I can put one of the genuine bits of, you know, Samsung glass across the top of it and see if that's actually going to take. Okay, Loca glue is the best adhesive you've never heard of. I'm just looking to see how long this actually takes. I'm pretty positive it doesn't come with any instructions. Okay. Doesn't... Okay, while that does that, I'm interested to see whether this does the same, whether it's the same stuff. Don't tell me that tube has completely died. Oh, Jesus. No, it hasn't. So... yeah, that's not the same as the Loca glue that's on this. The stuff that we used to get for the screens, you know, the really evil stuff. Can I? I think there's too much light there. Hold up. Can we see that? This is a lot. Can you see that? It's a lot thicker. The stuff that I just used one of these on, it just absorbed it straight away. So it's like a I want to say a watered down version. So, right, what I'm going to do anyway is, so if it's a more watered down version, it should take less time to cure. So let's leave that under there for the 15 seconds and see if that stuff's actually going to cure. I highly doubt it's going to be 15 seconds. Like good old Chinese stuff doesn't come with instructions, or if it does come with instructions, it's certainly not in English. And this is a fairly powerful UV light. I think it's 100, maybe 200 watts. I might be wrong. It's a pretty powerful one anyway. Right, what's that? I can see a bit of bleed coming out. Yeah, that's not 15-20 seconds. You know, I'd be inclined to leave this for like 15-20 minutes. I mean, it can't do it any harm. Okay, let's have a look. There's got to be somewhere online that's actually... Okay, so I'm reading an article here. It says the cheaper stuff tends to be greasy and very fluid, which is pretty much what is the stuff that we just used on that one. Whereas the more expensive stuff, which is UV 346, it says cures in 90 seconds with a full cure in about 5 minutes. So then there's the lamp. Okay, so you need a specific type of UV light. We've had this one a while, so the bulbs on it could have degraded. That's entirely possible. It needs a specific wavelength of 365 nm UV wavelength, so whether this is kicking out that wavelength, I'm sure once these bulbs start degrading over time, the wavelength either shortens or changes over time. Also, it says it's to do with temperature. Either way, it seems like it cures pretty quickly, so we'll give it the 5 minutes that it suggests on here. Let's set a timer. Alright. What are we on at the moment? 38.43. 38.43. So it's 1:45 now. If I give this another 3 minutes, but I definitely think it's possible. See, because what you could do on these for yeah, these here where it's got the black paint around the outside, you could put the glue that would normally hold these down. This tape here, cut out a small bit down the corner and make a sort of dam, if you would, all the way around the outside, and then just pour a little bit too much Loca in, and as you push it down, theoretically it should ooze out of the gap that you've left, as long as you do it slow enough, and it should stop you from getting it in your speaker grills and over any of the sensors. And then once you've cured it, you should have a really, really strong tempered glass. Whether that would travel through to the LCD is a different matter. But I mean, this one here is definitely glass. The one that I've put on seems to be plastic. I mean, you heard there, that's definitely glass. The other stuff's far too flimsy to not be glass. So it'd be interesting to see how hard it is to take this off. Luckily, I suppose actually it's a good thing if it is plastic, because what you can do is just maybe heat it up and get a razor underneath it, and then maybe put some of the glue remover under, and because it's plastic you'll be able to actually fold it over the top of itself. So, you know, for the purposes of removing it, maybe that's why they've gone with the plastic. Personally, I don't think I'm going to leave the plastic one on there, because I'm a big believer that it doesn't actually really protect your phone. It'll be scratch resistant, but I don't think it's going to be impact resistant. It'll spread the initial shock, but I don't think it'll spread it as well as glass would. I think it'll transfer it straight through to the inside. $47. Alright, shall we have a look at this other glue? Okay. that hasn't even set at all. Oh no, yeah, it is starting to get thicker there. You can see, look. There you go, look. Ah, okay. I was wrong. I'll leave that under there. I don't think it's fully under the light either, so yeah, if we leave that under there for another, what, a couple of minutes, make sure it's fully cured, and then what I can do is take a razor to any of the excess that's spilled out over the sides, and we can see sort of how shabby it looks, and see whether it's going to be a decent, again, I mean, that there at £25 a pop should take you about 10-15 minutes to put on properly. If you clean all the dust off, I mean, you could charge a £5, maybe a tenner to put it on. It's going to take it away from other repairs. Is anybody going to pay 35 quid to have a tempered glass made of plastic put on their phone? I'm a bit dubious myself. Oh, let me check on maybe a full glass one. This one here, you know, maybe that, if you could work out a way, but I haven't seen these on the market, and like I said, I'm a bit apprehensive, because part of me thinks just because I've thought of that, there must be a reason why it hasn't worked. I mean, happy days if it works, you know, that's going to certainly be the best solution for everyone. I think that's what I'll do. If this works well, I'll try it out, see what it's like for the next, you know, week or so with touch and stuff like that, and then we'll remove it and we'll put one of these on with the tape and stuff and see how we get on with that, because that's going to be the closest you're going to get to complete coverage. Yeah, I always wonder if they can actually make this glass, you know, the exact size to fit the phone. Why can't they make the exact same size to fit the tempered glass? You know, why aren't the factory that makes these pumping these out to those glue factories with a Loca, and they're just spraying the back and you just pop it down? I don't understand why. I'd love to go to one of those factories that makes these tempered glasses and see how that stuff's put on. I'm guessing it's just sprayed onto the back, and then they put plastic on the back of it, and that kind of stops it from setting. Maybe the UV. I've always wondered what it is. It's got to be some sort of low grade Loca. I have no clue. Okay, it's been another 3 minutes. Let's have a look, see if this glue's fully cured. I mean, quite a large chunk of it has. I mean, it was a big pool, so maybe it comes down to temperature too. And that was, let's call that the good grade stuff. Let's have a look. Okay, so I'm pushing on the top here. There's nothing oozing out the side. Although oh, can you see that? I mean, that is soaking, so way too much. On there. Wow. So yeah, maybe not use that second tube. Maybe not even use all of the first tube. Okay, so none of that's cured. So that's good. Let's just mop the back of this up. And that does just come off nice and easy, so stuff stinks though. I think it has fully cured. Okay, so I mean, that's pretty hideous around the outsides. We can move these things out and we clean up the residue. Another good thing about this, I don't know if you can see that, this kind of just peels away. I mean, it's almost invisible. You see that over the white gloves? It's like silicone. I'm just going to rub away at this gently. Okay, I'm going to change these because this is rough. It looks like it's worked pretty well though. You know, a good test will be whether I can actually make a call or whether the sensors, I've got any on the sensors. Grab a pair of gloves. Okay, let's get a razor and take that edge off. What I'm going to do is just run this razor around the outside, see if we can get a nice clean finish. Be careful not to try and stab that into the glass. I mean, these razors here, they are designed for use on glass. I suppose the main job of that cradle is if there is any overspill, it blocks the light. Okay, just hit the crack on that side. Just blow these off. Okay, I still think this needs to cure a little bit more. What I need to do. Definitely going to put this under for a little bit longer, just around the edges. Okay. Okay, so we're going to cure that a little bit longer. All in all though, I think it's actually pretty good.
Sure where to suggest for that one, to be honest with you.
No worries, I'll be heading to Portsmouth mainland tomorrow anyway, so...
Curry's is probably your best bet.
Yeah. If you're in
I want to give this at least 5 minutes. Try holding this a little bit closer. Yeah, I'm not sure if using this at home, you know, home use would be a good idea. I mean, we got a lot of chemicals here to clean this stuff off. It's going to get pretty messy. The guy in the video, I mean, he got it absolutely spot on. It didn't look like anything oozed out the side, as is with all of those types of videos. Oh, it stinks. Smell-o-vision. Okay, that smell versus. What? The front's wired up to this?
That one there that you used with the string.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
Come on, try me.
Is it?
Booyah.
Oh, I thought that one was white.
Nope. I'm not stupid. If you wired it up, it'd be wired to the front. If you want to turn the front ones off, you could just lock the door. That usually stops the customers coming in. Unlike the really eager ones that'll bang on the window. I want my phone, give me my phone. You have my phone. Yes, we do. At which point Alex just stands there, waving really creepily. Loving the waiting game here, come on. I think that's nearly 5 minutes, let's see. Come and stare into this light. Okay. Okay, that's pretty much cured all over my top, all down here. Let's get some more out. I mean, look, they give you this, yeah, and they give you this. So yeah, good luck cleaning that up with the kit they give you. And it looks like they give you enough Loca to do 2 of these. Have to crack out the hard stuff. Crack out the old acetone. God, even that's not breaking it down. So yeah, if you really like your shiny glass, this might not be the best option for you, because I can still see it coming off the side there. But if we carry on, you can see the sort of yellow it doesn't really come out on camera, but kind of yellowy. Okay, so that's the side. Let's try and get this front. I mean, it's got an awful lot of coating on it. Cannot say that shit. Will he answer it? My God, what's he doing?
Yeah. Can I ask you, was it?
Oh, we nearly passed the phone over without checking.
Sophie, oh sorry, hi. Sorry. Alright,
Yes, I'm not available.
you're not available.
No, give it.
Okay, alright.
Don't anger her. Hello. You alright?
I just thought because you were streaming it,
Because I'm doing a live stream on my phone. Sorry. Were you panicking? Do you love me? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I can see it written all over your face. Girlfriend rage. A little bit of girlfriend rage. It's fine. No, I've finally tried out that Loca stuff, and yeah, not as easy as it is on the videos. So I'm an hour in, and I'm just trying to clean up the mess it made. But looks like a good finish if you can clean up the mess that it's left on the side. I'm guessing you just continuously wipe this glue off. Looks like I've taken the what? The side of the phone. I mean, you know, you could always watch the live stream. Sorry, did I not tell you? I told the world, just not you. No. No. No, you do mean the world. You're as big as the world. No. No, you're not. You got me some pan chocolates. I was going to say, you're going to eat them before I get to you. It's all in the buttons. Sweet. This is giving me nightmares about doing bloody screen changes. You're going to watch Batman vs Superman. I was going to say, I can save you the time, don't bother. Lord of the Rings, wow, you think I'm going to be that long? Do you know how long Lord of the Rings is? It's like 7 days long. It's not really, it's not 7 days long, babe, no. It feels like it though, once you finish watching it. I think if you try to watch them back to back, yeah, it would feel like Avatar the Director's Cut. Yeah, you should.
Like an extra 20 minutes. I could be wrong.
Okay. Right, I'm going to go now. Am I going to come get you? After the kids, yeah. I need to clear this glue off my screen, man. I might be here till next week. It's like not coming off. You have not got time to watch bloody Lord of the Rings, no. We live on the Isle of Wight. You can drive anywhere in the time it takes you to watch the Lord of the Rings. You could drive round the island twice. Jesus. You could walk to the other side of the island in the time that shit finishes. Gollum, yes, Gollum. Gollum's not Lord of the Rings, no. My precious. That's my Gollum impression. What's the other one? What do you mean, what's the other one? Harry Potter! What are you going on about? Oh, yeah, same thing. Same thing, Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. The little weird matey, what are you talking about?
When that...
Gollum and... is it Schmeagol? No, not Schmeagol. No, Gollum's the weird little... I don't know. It's the weird little Schmeagol. I don't even know if Schmeagol's a thing or if I've just made that up. You've heard Schmeagol before. I think that's Peter Pan, isn't it? Isn't that his right-hand man? That's Shmee. So what have I just mashed Meagle onto the end of it? This is a weird conversation. Well, it's not like anybody's watching.
It's a
So.
stream height. It's a stream highlight.
I've been live for the whole time you've been talking to me. Why wouldn't I have been? Okay, well, I need to wrap this up. Oh, Lord of the Rings is starting, is it? Okay. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Wow. Wow, you go watch Harry Potter, yeah? Harry Potter and the okay. Alright. Bye, love you. Harry Potter and the Seven Orcs.
Harry Potter Return to Ivy.
Harry Potter, Dumbledore returns. No, is Dumbledore actually in Harry Potter?
Yeah, Dumbledore is
Okay, who's the other one? My kid mashed them together once and called them, what was it? Gandaldorf, that's what she called him. Is that Gandaldorf? I was like, no, I don't think that's a thing.
Gandalf and Dumbledore, I'm pretty sure are the same.
Well, they're the same person, they're just not in the same fucking film, are they?
Actor, yeah.
They're not the same character though, that's what I'm getting at.
His name slipped my mind,
Gandaldorf, that's his name.
but I guess.
Gandaldorf.
It's a correct thing to call him.
They should have just called him Gandaldorf. Come on, Glue. Okay, so the weird thing is the Loca has seeped in to the crack. Crack's still there, obviously the crack's still there. I didn't expect the crack to disappear, but I thought it might be less obvious. But what I've got to say is the actual screen size side of it, pretty impressed with how good that is. I know this isn't exactly an impressive video, and I don't know if I'd offer this as a service because it is a pain in the arse. If you could stop it oozing out the side, I mean, no matter how much I clean this, it's just everywhere. Now it's all over the back of the phone again. I mean, I've ruined this S Plus. That's why I used my own, because I thought, you know, that's a fair test. Man, I've got to go and pick my kids up. Come on. This is supposed to be like 20 minutes. Bosh, put it on. This is like, I could have actually changed the screen in this time. It would have been quicker to change the screen. Well, not a bit more expensive.
I mean, relatively, they're double the price of the tempered glass.
They've
tempered glass, and the screen replacement's double the price of the normal one because it's a Samsung.
the thing is, I could probably get a tempered glass that covers. Do you know what? I'm taking these gloves off. I think it's all over the gloves. So yeah, essentially what you need is a whole pack of wipes and a whole pack of gloves to do this, because shit's gonna get messy. You're gonna get high as well. That's definitely one thing. You can smell it. Are you high? Yeah? We're high. High. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to get my staff high. I'll have to check with the government on that. Yeah. So yeah, you'll have to let me know if you ever come down tomorrow, mate. If I just put that in more. Ah, this is a joke. Okay, don't put the phone down again. Rub this shit off. I want to kind of end the stream, but I want to... I mean, it shows you if this stuff oozes out, what a bitch it is to clean. what I will do is give it a blast with the UV again, and it should get rid of those bubbles in the crack. What's happened is where I've pushed down, the Loca has separated. Oh, come on. This is like when you touch an iPad mini screen. You have to get your fingerprints off it, and you regret not putting gloves on. And you're like, why? Kind of just sticks to everything once you've got it on there. I think that's over the gloves again. Yeah, I can see it over the gloves. It's insane. Okay, so I've just turned it on. I'm not going to worry about these sides too much. Although, you can see it is coated down the side still. So the only issue you have is if you want to clean that off, you're going to have to take alcohol to that. Now, is that going to start you up? Is it really bad, is it? Whoa. You're trying to concentrate, are you? Do your job, Alex. Stop it. Okay. I'm just going to give this one more blast with this. And, yeah, I'm going to call that X. We need to open the doors. And I'm going to resume cleaning that tomorrow. And then the next day. And the next day. There's probably a quick way to clean these. I have used isopropanol and acetone, and it seems to clear it to start off with, and then kind of goes back the same. Just want to kind of give it a blast, see if I can get rid of those sort of the separation. I'll give it a minute, and then we're going to end that egg, so I've got to go. And I'm pretty high. And Alex has got to get a bus. Okay. I reckon it will go. So, I mean, it's pretty... The actual glass side of it, well, plastic, glass. I mean, it feels like glass. That's the weird thing. I mean, the actual screen itself, which I suppose is the important bit, you know, that feels just exactly like it was. So, let's try.
Show me what you got.
Show me what you got. All right. That is the best this has felt since me having... I mean... That's really quite accurate. Bottom ones. Yeah, that's the best tempered glass I've put on there with regards to, you know, feeling and tactile. It's pretty close to the edge. It's as close as the other tempered glasses. The difference is, obviously, is the feeling behind it. Let's see if the camera still works. Alright, where's the selfie cam? Selfie cam looks crystal clear. You can see set up there. Looks all good. So the sensors look all good. So yeah, we're going to end that here. Another thing is, does it fit in the case? That's another reason why I didn't want to do the other case, because you can see how difficult it is to get it to fit into this case, and I didn't want to pop it off once I'd done it. So that there actually sits perfectly on the glass, not so much at the top. Kind of happy with how level I got that down the side. I mean, that is, even for me, that's pretty level. Right, that's it. That's been, what, 6 months in the waiting. Again, I'll update the description on this with how long it took me to actually clean that off. But you get an idea of, if this goes wrong, how long it's going to take you to clean. And we'll pop that one off. And if I can get this one to go under my case, I'll try and get it on with the case. I've got 2 of them, so I should be able to. And this is 10 quid. We've got some Loca already, so we can see how that goes with my idea with the glue strips across the top, back and forward. You know, that might be a win. Alright, as always, thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Hit that bell button if you like the video and you want more content like this. Let me know if you want me to actually do anything, you know, down in the comments. If you're on Facebook, hit the like button on our page if you want any repairs done. All of the details are on our website at www.ukmicrosoldering.co.uk. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you again. Right. Stop working. Ah.
Is that because you're...
Screensaver.